Are you currently in the market to purchase a home or considering purchasing one in the next 6 months to 1 year? Then this video is for you. My name is Jeb Smith. I'm a real estate broker here in Southern California, and I've been selling real estate for nearly 18 years. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss why today's market is different than any other market I've experienced in those 18 years, and how you as a buyer can best position yourself to get your offer accepted when making an offer to purchase a home. But before we do that, I want to take a minute and ask a favor. If you're new to me, new to my channel, it's all about real estate, helping buyers, helping sellers. So do me a favor, if you like content like this, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And if you have questions, comments about the material I'm covering, do me a favor and comment below. So what do I mean by this is a different real estate market than anything I've experienced before? Well, what we have right now is super low inventory, along with super low interest rates, and that's creating this huge surge of buyer demand. And what is happening in my local market is happening in a lot of markets across the United States, because I'm having conversations with real estate agents about this exact same thing, and that is multiple offer situations on almost every property in all price ranges. So, you know, here in Southern California, our median home price in Orange County is somewhere around $750,000, but we're seeing multiple offers on properties that are under $750,000 and properties that are upwards in the million in the luxury markets. So how can you best position yourself to get your offer accepted in those scenarios? Well, that's what we're going to discuss today. Now, keep in mind, these aren't sure-in, ways to get your offer accepted, but they are ways that will help you best position yourself if you're competing against someone else. And, in our market, we're seeing a lot of cash offers. We're seeing a lot of offers go well above the asking price. And, as you know, those are things that you can't control. So what we're going to do today is focus on the things that you can control. And that first thing is making sure you're fully pre-approved. Now, a lot of people go online and just go into their bank and ask about pre-qualification, and the bank tells them, yes, you're good to go, you can qualify for this amount. Or even online, you just put in some basic information and it tells you, hey, you're qualified. But you never supply your full tax returns, you never supply your full W-2s, you never have your credit run, you never provide assets. In those cases, that's not a full pre-approval. That is a pre-qual. You need to be fully pre-approved. You need to have someone looking at your credit, you need to have someone looking at your assets and your income to make sure you actually qualify. Because what I'm seeing right now is a lot of buyers who are ready to make offers on properties, and their pre-qual isn't satisfying the listing agent on the other side. The listing agent wants to know that these people are fully pre-approved. They want to have a conversation with their lender to have that, to make sure that they're not going to have issues. And that lender's not able to have that conversation because they haven't gone through the process and done the full pre-approval. So make sure you're doing that, and make sure you have a lender that can have that conversation, that can talk to the listing agent on the other side and let them know how qualified you are, and also, help put your offer in the best position possible, because that stuff matters. And then as a buyer, make sure you're working with a full-time real estate agent. Make sure you're working with someone that understands the market, understands how to structure an offer, understands how to leave things out of the offer that may not be necessary so that your offer looks more clean, how to change contingency deadlines, and just how to structure the offer in a way that's more that looks better to the listing agent. Because at the end of the day, if you have a professional working on your side on both the lending and the real estate side, not only is the process going to be a lot more smooth, but it's also, you have a better opportunity to get your offer accepted in those cases. Now, the second thing I'm going to say is that you need to make sure that if you're a seller and you have a property to sell in order to purchase another property, that you already have that home listed and on the market, and hopefully in escrow. I've had 2 clients within the last 2 weeks call me out of the blue. I had no idea that they were even interested in purchasing another property, and they tell me, hey, look, I found the property that I want to buy. Both cases almost identical. They found a place they wanted to buy, but yet they both have properties that they need to sell to use those funds in order to purchase the next property. So it's a contingent offer. In this market, we see a lot of contingent offers, which isn't a big deal, but it's very, very difficult to get a listing agent, to get a seller to accept a contingent offer if your home's not even listed or on the market. And so you need to make sure that you're having these conversations with your real estate agent before. If you're considering purchasing a home, make sure you're talking to your lender, your real estate agent and your lender, and making sure not only are you fully pre-approved, but what do you need to do in order to best position yourself if you're thinking about buying a new property. And a lot of people are worried about selling their property and not having a place to go. There are ways to structure that. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but there are ways to structure the sale of your property where it's contingent so that you're not homeless, so that if you don't find a property, you don't have to sell your home. But make sure you're having these conversations up front and not finding the property that you absolutely love and then going to your real estate agent saying, hey, I want to write an offer on that property, but I need to sell my property, because that's what happened in these scenarios. One of them, crazy enough, I was able to get it on the market, get an offer, get it into escrow, and get our offer accepted, crazy enough, against multiple offers. The other one, not so lucky. We're not even in a position to get it on the market yet because they needed to do things to the property in order to get it on the market. And so they're still working on that. And so they missed out on that property that they wanted. But now they know that they need to be on the market and in escrow in order to best position themselves. And lastly, if you're thinking about writing an offer, not only do you need the pre-approval, not only do you need to have your home in escrow if you have one to sell, but think about writing that love letter to the seller, making sure they know who you are as a family, a little bit about you, what you love about the property. You want to set yourself apart. Even making a short video and having your agent send it to the other side. That stuff matters in a market like we're experiencing right now, because it ties into the emotional side of the seller. And in this market, anything that can give you a leg up to help leverage your offer, whether it's emotional or just you have a better offer in general, that stuff matters. And those are things you should be doing in order to best position yourself to get your offer accepted. Now, a lot of this is probably not new to you, but as someone that is going through the trenches right now as a listing agent and honestly having very difficult time getting offers accepted in some cases. I've had buyers up against 17 offers, and we didn't get it in those cases. And we've had cases where we were up against multiple offers and we got our offer accepted. So doing this stuff isn't a surefire way to get your offer accepted, but what I will tell you is that when it is structured as clean as possible, you have all of these details done, your agent is able to have that conversation, you're writing a letter to the seller, you're going to be a lot better off than a lot of other potential buyers. But if you're not doing that stuff, then you're just like everybody else, and you're probably just going to be in a pile of offers that they're not even considering. So, if you're thinking about selling, talk to your real estate agent. If you're thinking about buying and you don't have a real estate agent, reach out. Would love the opportunity to speak to you. I can also direct you to someone in another state if you need that. Can also help you with the pre-qualification by referring you to someone who can help with that process. But nonetheless, make sure you're doing your due diligence up front and not just going out in the market and just trying to buy something without doing the work up front. So anyhow, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have questions, leave them below. But as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll see you again soon. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.